Welcome to Movies and Mailboxes, where the films you love become the roads you travel. There's no moon tonight, just darkness stretching across the sky, a breath in the wind, and then something whispers through the trees. You've stepped into Salem's lot. Not the story, not the pages of Stephen King's novel. No, this is real. The places are real. And we're about to walk through them. Clinton and Ipswich, Massachusetts. Towns that hold more than just memories. We've come here for a reason, to walk the streets that became Jerusalem's Lot. The 2024 adaptation of Salem's Lot, directed by Gary Dauberman, brought Stephen King's horror to life. And these towns, Clinton and Ipswich, became the shadows where that story lives. But they're not just filming locations, there's something more, something darker. Clinton, Massachusetts, the heart of Salem's Lot. A town that doesn't call attention to itself, but stop here and listen. You'll feel it, that heaviness in the air, the weight of something unseen. Clinton's Main Street became the heart of Jerusalem's Lot. Ben Mears, played by Lewis Pullman, returned here, retracing steps he never should have taken. The streets, quiet in the day, turn darker when night falls. The transformation is subtle, but there's something lingering in the stillness. Clinton holds its own secrets, not just from the film, but from the past itself. Walk into the Museum of Russian Icons, a strange place filled with ancient art, religious icons that almost glow with a forgotten power. Inside, it feels like a sacred space. But step back outside and the weight returns. The feeling that light and dark sit side by side, always. A whisper of history so old it feels like it's pressing in on you. What stories do these ancient works carry? And what's hiding beneath their surface? Ipswich, Massachusetts. A town trapped in time. Old, ancient by American standards. Founded in 1634, this town breathes history. As you walk along South Main Street, you realize you've stepped into another era. The buildings, the storefronts, they were transformed into Jerusalem's Lot for the film, pulled back into the 1970s. But even without the set dressing, it feels like time here is fluid. In the movie, Ben Mears meets the townspeople here, people who seem normal enough. But the longer you stay, the more you wonder, what are they hiding behind those windows, behind those old smiles? The buildings stand silent. The shadows, they might move if you look too long. Maybe you'll stay a little longer. Maybe there's more here than meets the eye. And then we arrive at the old burying ground, also known as the Old North Cemetery in Ipswich. This is where the dead don't stay buried, at least in the film. But here in Ipswich, it's more than that. As you walk through the crooked gravestones, some of them so old, the names have faded. Others are cracked, leaning, half buried in the earth. The wind moving through the trees, and you realize you're not alone here. There are centuries of lives under your feet, stories and secrets, but one name still stands strong. Colonel Samuel Appleton, he's buried here. A man who led Massachusetts forces in the brutal battles of King Philip's War. A man who stood up to Governor Andros when few dared, refusing to submit to unjust taxes. His defiance got him locked up, but even in jail he never gave in. You can almost feel his presence. Here in this quiet corner of Ipswich, a man of resistance, buried in a ground that seems to hum with the stories of those who came before. Standing at his grave, you wonder, if these stones could speak, what would they say about those old battles? About the men who refused to be forgotten. In the story, Barlow resides in the Marsten House, a cursed mansion looming over the town like a shadow that never fades. While the Marsten House is fictional, just a set built for the film, it doesn't mean we don't have a place that feels just as unsettling. A place where someone like Barlow could call home. Castle Hill on the Crane estate, grand, majestic, yet it's hard to shake the feeling that it holds more than just history. Built in 1910 by Richard T. Crane, an industrialist whose influence stretched across the nation, the estate stands above the Atlantic. Once filled with lavish gatherings, now it's quiet, silent, but it's more than that. Walking its lawns, wandering through its gardens, you feel the grandeur, but there's something else. Maybe it's the sea, stretching endlessly before you, or maybe it's something deeper, something hidden, waiting to be discovered. Our journey through Salem's Lot may have been shadowed by mystery, but road trips like this are more than just dark tales. They're adventures, discoveries, a chance to explore places where fiction and reality blur. The road always offers more than we expect. As the sun sets on this adventure, remember it's not the end, just another stop on the journey. There's always something waiting to be uncovered, hidden in the details. And sometimes those little things, a comment here, a thought shared, or simply a nod, like leaving a mark on this moment, helps keep the adventure alive. So why not stick around a while? There's so much more to discover, more stories to unfold. The road ahead is full of possibilities, and we'd love to have you along for the journey. All you need to do is subscribe, because the road is far from over, and something tells me you're not ready to stop just yet. Thank you for watching, and happy Halloween.